Hi everyone, this is Claire from Flawless POS. Today we're in the Wholesale module and I want to introduce you to a new feature called RMA. RMA stands for Receive Merchandise Authorization. This feature is used if you require authorization prior to receiving a memo return or creating a credit invoice. The process starts by creating an RMA. From there, the RMA goes for review and it can either be approved or rejected. And if approved, the RMA will be received. The product can be received directly into stock or it can first be sent for quality control. Once quality control is completed and the item has been received into stock, you'll either have a memo return or a credit invoice created depending on the source of a product. Right, so let's take a quick look at the two options we have available for creating an RMA. The first option is Memo, and I have already previously created a memo for a sapphire ring. If we go to Product Management, I can see that this ring is on Memo. So all I need to do is to go to the Wholesale module and choose the RMA tab. I click Create RMA and the wizard already defaults to Memo. The other option of course is Invoices. I'm happy with this and I'll continue to the next screen. Over here I can see all the products that are on Memo with this Wholesale account and I'm going to choose the sapphire ring. And that's it. I'm happy with everything else and I'll complete the wizard. Now the RMA can be approved from the Actions wizard. I'll close here though to show you the other two places. We can also approve it by clicking on the pending approval status directly from the grid. Or the final place from where we can approve the RMA is here from the context menu and we click Review RMA Request. From this screen we can view the RMA document, which looks like this. Or we can reject the RMA, which launches the email wizard. The email already has a template, but I find you might want to edit the template and just provide a reason for the RMA rejection. But in this example, I'm going to go ahead and approve the RMA. This also launches the email wizard, again with a wording template. And it defaults to the Wholesale account that has been specified. Now let's go ahead and approve, and this will send an email to the Wholesale account. Now the Wholesale customer will receive an email that includes the RMA document. Here we go over here, and this document must be included with the product when it gets shipped back to the store. And the customer is also responsible for updating the tracking information. This can easily be done by clicking this button over here, which will take the customer to a tracking update screen. Here the necessary details can be captured, and when submitting the tracking update, it will be updated in the system to the relevant RMA as well. Back in the Wholesale module, we see that the RMA's status has been updated from pending approval to pending receive. That means this RMA is ready to have a product received against it. Also, if I go to the context menu and update details, we can see that the tracking information that the customer provided has been pulled through. So yes, let's continue and receive an RMA. This can be done from one of two places. If we want to receive products across multiple RMAs, we can come over here and receive from RMAs. Alternatively, if we just want to receive a product for a specific RMA, we can click Receive RMA. This will limit the product selection to only those products that have been included in the specific RMA. As mentioned earlier, the product can be received directly into the store, or it can first be sent for quality control. Let me show you what happens if we send it for quality control. To do that, I need to select this box over here and click Next. See, here's the product that we've added to this particular RMA, and And then that is basically all we need to do for the receipt, and I can complete. Again, the Actions wizard pops up and I have an opportunity to view the merchandise received PDF, or I can add another intake. But for now, let's continue. And you'll see that the status of the RMA is now updated to pending quality control. Now to complete quality control, we need to click on the tab over here called RMA Receives. And here I find my received items, and it will mention where the quality control is required. I can complete quality control either by clicking on the status, which launches the QC wizard, or I can click on the menu over here and click Process Pending Review Items. As I said, this launches the QC wizard, and if I go to the next screen, we can see that we can either approve, reject, totally reject, or reject and repair the intake. If I choose to reject the intake, the product will not be received into the store and a return memo will not be created, and the account manager will be notified. If I choose to repair, then the RMA will be approved once the repair is completed, which means that the product will be received into the store and a return memo will be created. At this point, I just need to pick a vendor that will handle the repair job. But for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and approve the intake. Yes, I want to confirm this. And there we go, the intake has been approved. The review column over here shows which items in the intake have been approved, rejected, or on a job for repairs. And I can also click on Open Review Details to view a PDF document to show the quality control results. Now, after completing quality control, if I go back to the RMA grid, the RMA is no longer listed by default. I have to actually include completed or received RMAs to view it. And you'll see that the status has now been updated to received. Once the intake has been received, I can go to Memo and click on Memo Returns to see that the item has been returned. And if I go to Product Management and refresh my grid, I'll see that the item is now in stock and no longer on Memo. And that is the extent of the RMA process. The RMA was authorized, the product was received, it was then sent for quality control where the intake was improved, and after that the product was returned to stock and a memo return created. Now, without going into too much detail, I'll go back to the Wholesale module just to show you how we can run through the RMA process for an invoiced item. So if I go to Invoices, you'll see that I have previously created an invoice for a pair of tulip earrings. And so I'm going to go back to RMA and create for RMA. This time, however, I need to change the source to Invoices. And on the next screen, I can choose any invoiced product for this Wholesale account. I'm going to complete my wizard, and in this example I'll directly approve it from the Actions menu. Quick and easy. There we go. And so the next step is to receive the product, which I can do from here. I'm going to skip quality control, and there's my product. And it's been received. Very easy. And so you'll see if I go back to product management where there were no stock, if I refresh now, the product will have been returned to stock. And if I go back to the Wholesale module and go back to Invoices, I will now have a credit invoice that has been created for this product. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care until next time.